Mike shares, hey, we've done this a certain way?
No, there's that's one thing. There's been great conversation, and you put guys in the room from different backgrounds. You get different ideas, different ways of thinking. For me, it's been an opportunity to learn, and hopefully, I'm bringing something to the table that that can help in a small way. But at the end of the day, we all got to come to an agreement, get that information to the players, and try to execute.
Are you working with inside guys, outside guys? More than outside, more than just linebackers?
Inside guys for the most part. Look, I've worked in a myriad of spots. The great thing about this staff is, everyone, and the great thing about the game, there's 11 guys on the field that got to work together. So inside backers are talking to safeties, they're talking to nickels, they're talking to defensive linemen. So, Carl's talking to backers, Jerry's talking to linebackers, Grady's talking to linebackers. We're all kind of, it's a team, and we're coaching them as a team as well. So, my focus is the inside backers, but, like all the coaches, you end up touching, the guys who end up touching your guys on the field.
Brian, was there trepidation after you filed a lawsuit that opportunities like this would not materialize, at least in the short term?
I'm not really, my focus is really on today, this team, this practice. I try to live in the moment and not think about, things that have happened in the past or really look too far to the future. I'm excited about the opportunity here. I understand the question, I really do. But my focus right now is.
Well, I hope you understand the follow-up, which is the league has, since the lawsuit's been filed, it seems to have taken some steps to try to create more opportunities. I mean, do you have any, any thoughts on what they've done in terms of adjusting the room rule or anything like that?
Look, I think anytime, you create a situation where, guys get opportunity, I'm all for that. So, but I'll kind of leave it there. I'm just excited about being here in Pittsburgh, working with these players, these coaches, and the people within this organization.
What impressed you the most about the group of linebackers that you have?
What was that?
What's impressed you the most, just about the group of linebackers that you have?
There's a lot of versatility within the group. When you put the inside and the outside guys together, there's just guys who can do a number of things: coverage, taking on blocks, defeating blocks, tackling, obviously blitzing. So, there's a myriad of things you got to do at the position. Communications at the top of it. I think that's something that, I'll stress every day. We're obviously working towards that. But again, it's still very early. I think, without pads on, it's hard to evaluate the most important part, which is the physical part of the game. So I'll have more answers for you on that. I'm sure you'll come back, in August.
When you evaluate Devin Bush, when you look at him, and I know
Jim.
it's early in the process, but with him, is it more mental or physical things that he needs to do to kind of make a jump and maybe get back to where the hopes for him were when he was drafted?
I think, the physical part, he looks good out here. He's moving around well, and I would say that's the case for all of them. Miles, Chico, UG, even some of the younger guys, Buddy Johnson, Mark. Those guys are, everyone's moving around pretty well. You really can't evaluate linebackers till we put pads on. And, it's one thing in shorts, it's another thing when you got a 330-pound guard coming at you. So, it's early in the process. I would say so far he's done a nice job along with all the guys in that room. But again, we're just trying to improve and get better every day.
Go ahead, Jim.
Brian, are you bringing in a scheme or alignment changes, particularly for the run defense?
Like we said earlier, there's been, conversation after conversation about different things, different, fronts, coverages, schemes, adjustments, blitzes, things of that nature. You can't do all of it. We only have so much time. But there's been plenty of conversation. But look, this is a long history of very good defense here. And a lot of great coaches who've done it at a high level for a long time. So, any way I can help continue that, that's what I'm trying to do.
Brian, guys have players have referred to you as a bulldog, military mentality, detail oriented. Where does that come from, and do you feel like that's been accepted here well by you?
I think that's look, I'm demanding. I make no bones about it. I think it's I think a lot of the coaches. I think Mike's demanding. I think that's coaching. I think our guys. I think they've responded to it well. And I think when you're trying to help someone grow, get better, they need those details. They need that push to get to that next level. I always do that.
When you talk about the focus on football, obviously when you're in mini camp, training camp, focus is on football, but in this break between these things, is that when you pivot your focus back to the lawsuit and everything that's going on with that?
I'm going to pivot that focus right to my family. So, this time's been exciting, but at the same time, kind of going back and forth. I got a 9-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 5-year-old, along with a wife who's just tremendous. So, most of my time and energy will be spent with them, during this time off.